I will start with 5 minutes for everybody. I've been asked to be a little more firm on people staying within the 5 minutes, so if you hear the gavel lightly, please observe it because we're trying to help each other out. Mr. Tung, you already spoke about the justices that you served under, and you told a little bit about it, but I want to give you an opportunity if there's something you have said that you learned from them. What did you take away from those clerkships about the role of a judge in our constitutional system, and how have those lessons shaped the way you approach legal questions today?
Thank you for the question, Chairman Grassley. Justices Scalia and Gorsuch were masters of the judicial craft, and I learned immensely from them about how to be a judge. The analytical rigor that they brought to their jurisprudence was something I took away from the job. Their writing styles, their ability to communicate and convey ideas crisply and succinctly was something I also learned from them while I was a clerk. There was one experience I had when I clerked with Justice Scalia, and as a law clerk, I tried to be too clever by half and included in a draft a Latin phrase. Justice Scalia read it, and he told me, "Eric, I think there's a grammatical error in the Latin phrase you inserted." And he walked across his chambers, pulled out from his drawer a magnifying glass, got out a Latin dictionary. The font in the Latin dictionary was extremely tiny, and looked up the phrase, and lo and behold, there was a grammatical error. From that experience, I learned how careful and diligent he was in his approach to the law, and I hope I can carry that with me as a judge on the Ninth Circuit if I am so lucky to be confirmed.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Dunlap, you were selected by the Maine Supreme Court for the Advisory Committee on Maine Rules of Appellate Procedure. You've served as a committee chairman since 2023. What have you learned from your time advising the state of Maine on appellate rules, and how will the experience serve you if confirmed as a judge for the First Circuit?
I think one of the things that we have discussed on a number of occasions is making sure that the rules are understandable and accessible to individuals who may be proceeding pro se. For state courts, that is a significant consideration. I believe that reflects an important premise that the law should be available to all, and that the law should be impartially and fairly applied to every litigant who comes before the court. And that is certainly something that I would seek to do should I be confirmed.
Thank you. Now back to Mr. Tung. You've clerked at nearly every level of the legal system, and working with the Bristol Fellow at the Solicitor's Office to prosecuting federal cases as an assistant U.S. attorney, and now you're in private law practice. How has that wide-ranging experience prepared you to take the responsibilities of a federal appellate?
Chairman Grassley, my time in public practice and private practice has well equipped me to serve as a judge on the Ninth Circuit. I've handled numerous appeals in both federal and state courts of appeals. I've briefed and successfully prevailed in various cases on both the appellate levels and the trial court levels, again, in both federal and state courts. I have also assisted several trial teams in serving as an appellate strategist in helping to preserve appellate issues and preparing witnesses. I've also drafted several proposed jury instructions in those matters as well. I've appeared before judges in detention hearings and also motions to suppress. And in my time at the Office of the Solicitor General, I got to handle some of the most high-profile cases that have come before the U.S. Supreme Court. I assisted the assistants to the Solicitor General, as well as the U.S. Solicitor General, in crafting briefs, in developing arguments, in conducting legal research, and in assisting them in their oral argument preparations.
Mr. Dunlap, I have 27 seconds left. That doesn't account for your answer, but You filed an amicus brief on behalf of the Conference of Chief Justices. It's a quote, I'd like to quote, that this is the highest judicial officers of each state and U.S. attorney. The primary focus was on federalism. What are your views on federalism?
It was an honor to be able to represent the conference in that case. I think federalism is a part of our structure of separation of powers that is important to our system of government, that powers are not only separated horizontally, but also vertically, and that provides a second guarantee to the rights of the people.
Thank you. Senator Durbin.